In this week's edition of Point Guard Point of View, I'm going to talk about recovery, respect, and race. 1 year ago today, I got extremely sick with COVID, and the next 19 days were miserable. However, my misery pales in comparison to what so many families have felt that have lost loved ones. So I want to pay my respect to those families, and also want to honor the over 500,000 people that have lost their lives to this awful virus. And in that same breath, I want to recognize the leadership that's in place to help get us out of this dark spot. From the recovery plan that just got signed to the vaccines that are continuing to get out and in people's arms. There's a strong possibility that we just might be turning the corner on this. So keep my prayers going up to make sure that we're going to be covered. My intention was to talk March Madness, right? None last year, now it's here. And I will, maybe next week. But there's just been some things happening around race relations in a small amount of time that I just felt like it's on my heart. So I need to speak on it. And in no particular order, but there was a college basketball coach that was trying to rally his team because they lost a game, and he used a reference that I can't have anybody leave the plantation. And then in the very next sentence, he used the word plantation. And I got to pause right there, because I can remember friends of mine that wanted to go to bed and breakfast, or there were weddings that took place at a plantation. And I don't think that's necessarily racist, but I can tell you, for me, it's just not for me. I don't want to sit in the slave quarters and have breakfast. So I just avoided it. I didn't make a stink about it. I didn't label anyone. I just kept it moving, right? So that comes into play. Then, because that came up, then other stories from the past are coming up. People are talking about Bobby Knight, who had a whip. Then I think something came up. Someone referenced Penn State coach that talked about a noose when he was talking to a black player. And something more recent was the Stacey Abrams hate tweet. As a coach at UT Chattanooga, and after all the hard work that she did for like a decade to help Georgia flip that Senate seat, he wasn't happy about it, so he tweeted that she cheated. I hope you're happy. Called her Fat Albert. Said enjoy the buffet, big girl. That was another one in there. Oh, there was just some talk because the school song at the University of Texas, the Eyes of Texas, there was a big committee formed. Is it rooted in racism? We know how it got started at a minstrel show where white actors in blackface performed, but what all that means. So all this stuff has been percolating. The Miami Heat basketball player that was gaming, and he used an anti-Semitic slur, and so that's going on. And in between, this Meghan Markle, Harry, and Oprah interview takes place, and then people's gloves just came off, and it just made me go like, damn, people are not really liking this sister in a monarchy, right? That's what I felt, because poor Harry, he's a victim, and she's manipulated him, and I'm thinking, well, damn, if we all that, we should be running stuff, right? But the fallout from that, something that resonated with me, was Sharon Osbourne The Talk, some TV show, a daytime show, was having a conversation with her black co-host, Cheryl Underwood, and they're talking about, Harry and Meghan and Piers Morgan, who's a TV guy who in the past has ripped Meghan Markle. And so Sharon Osbourne is saying, well, tell me, Cheryl, explain to me how Piers is racist and how dare you don't get to cry. And I'm thinking, yo, you really attacking? So I paused, and it made me think about, like, it's crazy how often that happens. Like, and then Cheryl Underwood is sitting there being calm, and she's trying to explain to Sharon Osbourne, and I'm thinking to myself, this is why people say they're exhausted. Like you're the one that's, oppressed, not given opportunities, have to stay in your lane, but now you have to explain. But this is the straw that broke the camel's back for me. A girls' high school game in Norman, Oklahoma. 2 players take a knee during the anthem. The guys in the booth don't realize their mic is on, obviously. And one guy noticed it and he says, I hope those effing N-words get beat or get their asses kicked. So of course that goes viral. He issues a statement saying that it wasn't him. An hour later, he said, nope, I lied. It was me, but I'm a good husband. I'm a good father. I'm a youth minister. And I have type 1 diabetes. My sugar spiked. And that's what led me to say those awful racist things. My mind immediately went to when COVID was just running through black and brown people. And this wasn't overt, and I don't think it was on purpose. I would hear people say, we were dying at a rate 4 times greater than others. Was he or she overweight? Were they diabetic? And I'm thinking, well, damn, COVID was a death sentence for us with COVID, but now you want diabetes to be your trump card to get you out of your racist rant? And so that's what brought me to this. Thank you for the friends that are true allies in this and who recognize that there are some injustices that need attention, action, advocacy, allies. We see you, we need you, we hear you, we appreciate you for not wanting us to shrink to fit your comfort zone. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. There's this thing that people just can't bring themselves to utter the words Black Lives Matter. I have people come on my Facebook and they tell me I'm a race baiter because I think Black Lives Matter. And I want to say this: matter truly is the minimum. The negativity, the neglect, the lack of care, it truly does fuel this. And I probably shouldn't say that, but it does. So thank you for that. And I really mean it, because it gives an awareness of where we truly are, right? So I applaud that. But I have to end on an even more positive note. It is Women's History Month. So from Kamala to my mama and all the queens in between. I salute you. And I got an extra salute for those women in the military, those pregnant ladies in the military that go out there and defend this country while we get to sit here in laps of luxury for some. We see you. We know we can't be you, but we applaud you. I know we've come a long way. I'm reminded of that by a lot of people. I don't dismiss that, but I know we have a long way to go, and I know we're gonna get there. Until the next time, ciao.